Hi, so what I'm going to do with Lady Gaga's makeup from her Barbara Walters 2020 interview. And what I'm going to do first, I've already put a paint pot on and I used a really nice big fluffy brush like this. It works so much easier than using your finger. I really like it, it's even. I always had problems with like clumps of it getting stuck, so I really recommend putting paint pots on with this. I like it a lot. But I'm going to use a peachy color and it's right here. And I'm just going to put it right up under my eyebrow, but not exactly up there because I am going to put some white. And I'm just kind of doing it in a triangle. Doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to use a really shimmery white right underneath my eyebrow. So my shimmery white right up here. And then, because a lot of her makeup in this interview just looked really matte to me, I'm going to use it's Daylight, which is a matte eyeshadow from Lancome, and I'm going to put it over it. It's just that I really wanted it to show up white, and I don't feel like this is a very matte white. Like, it doesn't have as much color coverage. It's really good for muting out colors, which is what I'm doing with that peach color now. I'm putting all over the peach to kind of mute it out and soften it up, but yet because I have that shimmer under there, it still is a nice white. Okay, so now that I've just gotten that, I'm gonna keep that matte white around to mute a lot of my colors. I'm going to use a pencil brush, and I'm going to put it in my gray, and this is matte gray right here. And I'm going to use it to draw out my line. Now, because this is a cut the crease, you really want to take your time to get the shape that you want. Oh, it's really hot in my room. My desk is right by the furnace. Okay. So I've just kind of got a rough outline. And then since I don't really like using the pencil brush for cut the crease all the way, I go to a fatter angled brush to make everything crisper and actually fade everything out. Okay, now that I have it, you know, where I really want it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that brush that I used with my paint pot, and this is just going to be kind of my buffing brush. It's nice and fluffy, and it's already got that paint pot on there, kind of. Okay, now I'm going to take really much thinner compared to the angle brush I was using before. This is the one I was using to do the gray, and this is one I'm going to use really pale pink. Now, this eyeshadow has a little bit of shimmer of it. It's, I don't know what you would consider it, but it's not chock full of shimmer, and it's a little harder. It's not very soft. So I'm going to use it, get it on there, and this is what I'm going to use to really define my line. And then I'll take my nice flat shadow brush with that same exact color and fill everything in. And make sure that you're kind of pulling the shadow out, because we did take the cut the crease outwards, like see the finished one, towards along the bridge of the nose. Okay, and now I'm going to take a much paler pink, I don't really know what to call it. It's kind of rose, I think that's what it's called, and it's a matte eyeshadow. And I don't really want too much on it because it picks up really, it's very soft. So I'm just going to kind of dab some of it off, and I'm going to use this in the outer corner. I'm not going to worry about, you know, trying to do a line with it like I did with the pale pink. That was just kind of to make my lines a little more crisper with the gray. And I'm just going to do half of the eyelid. Start fading it out. Okay, we're almost done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that white again, and I'm going to use it to mute out my pale pink that I have already over all my eyelid. and I especially want it to be really light right next to that rose pinkish color that we just put on. So blend those two together. And pull that white along out. And then just because it's easier, I'm going to use a smaller pencil brush. This one's much softer than the MAC one that I have, and I prefer it to go under the eyes because it doesn't hurt me as much. I'm like, my eyes are really sensitive and dry, and it's painful for me when I use like hard brushes. Which surprisingly, a lot of the crown brushes as a crown brush are really what I'd call uncomfortable, but this is probably the softest one I own. I like it. Okay. And then that is it for the eye. And what you do is you just go and you're going to do very thin eyeliner. I used a gel liner, and you're going to wing it. And I have a fake eyelash on. I did tight line on the upper eyelid, and I really tried to get in between my eyelashes. And I did my waterline, just my waterline with the gel liner, and then I really smudged it. Because I take forever doing eyeliner and putting false lashes, I am not a pro at all at that. I take forever. It took me 4 times to put this one on, and it's still kind of coming off the tip, but oh well, they were really old, dirty eyelashes that I tried to clean up. That's probably why it was so difficult, but yeah, you don't want to watch me put them on. I suck at them. You can go to somebody else for that. So for the rest of the face, she had very warm blush on, or what I would consider warm. You know, blondes usually wear pink. So what I used was my MAC's Redhead Mineralized Skin Finish. Remember when they did the blonde, brunette, and redhead? So I used that, and I put it all over my cheek. I didn't bother to contour. It didn't really look like she contoured. You know, she's very pale and porcelain, and I kept referring to the video, and it didn't really look like she did. So I used the blush, and then the best that I could come close to her lipstick, which is a reddy brown, and I don't know if they have this anymore. Oh, that's really good. It's called Burgundy Brew, which is kind of like the color of her lips. This is what it looks like in the stick. This is, I don't know who makes this. I want to say Clinique, but then I don't know. This is what the symbol on it looks like. Or it could be that way. I don't know which way it goes. But it's a moisture satin smooth lipstick, and it's got SPF 15. No, I take it back. It's Avon. This is right there. Avon products. It's Avon, and it's ancient, and I don't know if you'll be able to find it. It was one of those lipsticks I stole from my mom when I was little, and I still have it because, you know, what little girl is going to walk around with this colored lipstick? So, I'll do the rest and we'll come back.